Dear brother, you tired of holding yourself back yet? See, this is the issue. Many of us hold ourselves back not because we don't have the ability, but because we reject ourselves before we give anyone else a chance to. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. There's a big difference between wisdom and fear. There's a big difference between self doubt and humility. Let's get into that. See, there's the difference between humility and self rejection. Humility acknowledges your strengths. It also acknowledges the weaknesses. But you know what self rejection does? It dismisses your strength. It dismisses the fact that you have any ability at all. See, a lot of times it's us that talks ourselves out of stuff. It's a story in the Bible that I always reference, man. When John the Baptist, his father, when the Lord told him, look, you're gonna have a son. And he couldn't believe it because of his age, because of his condition. But God was still trying to get this thing done in his life. And you know what God did? God helped him out by zipping his mouth shut. Zipped his mouth completely shut and told him, you won't be able to speak until this thing happens. Why? Because I love you so much that I don't want you to talk yourself out of it. I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that story. You talked yourself out of plenty of stuff. And you know what? Maybe it's time to zip your lips. Maybe it's time to have that conflict inside, but stop speaking negatively about yourself. See, true humility shows you that you can accept opportunities without arrogance. That's true humility. So don't mix up the two. Don't say, oh, I'm not going after that, man. I'm just being humble. I'm just waiting. No, true humility says I can take this, but I won't be arrogant with it because I know the gift that's in me. It's not all about me. It's the gift that's in me. See, fear sometimes disguises itself as wisdom. Oh, I'm going to wait. Things ain't right. Right. I'm waiting on this. I'm thinking about this. Really, a lot of that thinking and overthinking is your fear. You got to get past your fear because there's a lot of things you could have had already if you pursued them when it was really in your heart. You know what we call it? We call it playing it safe, right? But playing it safe, you know what it is? It's wrapped in logic. You're outthinking it. You're outthinking yourself. You're outthinking the opportunity in front of you. Sometimes you won't see the path, bro. As a man, sometimes you got to walk in that dark and you got to understand what that is. Because if it's in your heart, that's the light you need to go forward, not the applause of others or not the clear plan. The light got to be in here. So you got to assess whether you're making choices out of wisdom or whether you're making choices out of insecurity. And that's a big difference, bro. Right. So you got to check yourself on this journey. Sometimes these journeys are going to be alone because it's about checking you. It's not about somebody encouraging you all the time. Encouragement is good, but you know what? You got to learn that it got to come from here, from your own gut. There's a big cost to rejecting yourself. The cost to rejecting yourself is you don't get your purpose across and you don't touch the lives that's around you, whether that's your family or a whole nation. So you never know what's possible, bro. You never know what's possible if you keep on saying no to attempting the thing that's in your heart. You never know what's impossible. See, you can either live in the box you built for yourself or break out of it by stepping into the unknown. That's manhood. Manhood is stepping into that unknown, right? Doors don't just open, bro. Doors don't just open in your life. You got to knock on them. You got to knock on that door. You got to step to that door. You got to look at that door and decide, I'm going to knock on this door. I'm not just going to look at it and say, I hope something's on the other side. If you believe something it is, knock on that door. Knock on that door. Don't reject yourself. Don't reject yourself because, hey, it feels safer here. Right? That's what we do a lot of times. I feel safer here. I'm just going to settle down. No, if it's in you, it's going to come out or it's going to bother you. You'll never be satisfied with settling down when you got a burning fire to be more. Right? It's not the external rejection that hurts us, man. It's the internal rejection that really costs us. And for some of y'all, it's been costing you for too long. See, stepping into your comfort zone, right, is keeping you from growing. Stepping into your comfort zone is keeping you from growing, man. It's always, every time I get on this microphone, bro, I might sound like I'm cool and collected, but I'm nervous most of the time, the whole time. Like I really want to feed y'all real wisdom and give it to you raw and real and make sure, right? So I'm stepping into this thing, man, with boldness. I started this podcast with boldness. I didn't think I was ready. I didn't think, it was an imposter syndrome. Like who you think you are to talk to these men? I had to step into it. See, because it's about the words you speak over yourself. That's what shapes your reality. Not everybody else's word. You can reject them. You can duck and hide them. You can bob and weave them. You can tell I'm a boxing fan, heavy boxing fan. But you can bob and weave those, bro. But you can't bob and weave what's inside of you. And that comes from you, So you got to replace certain words in your life. Stop saying you're not enough. Tell yourself you're getting better every day, right? Your biggest enemy or your biggest victory is right under your nose. It's in your mouth. You got to take ownership, man. You got to take ownership of what you're doing, where you're going, but ultimately you got to take ownership of your worth. I'm worth where I'm going. My family's worth where I'm going. My future's worth where I'm going. That's what you got to step into. See, confidence is necessary, and it's not arrogance. Being confident is not arrogant, right? It's acknowledging what I have in me, what God put in me. I'm acknowledging that. I'm not going to step off of that, right? I love doing this particular video, man, because this is from my gut, man. I've walked this walk. So you got to start seeing yourself as worthy, or you'll never step up. You got to start seeing yourself as worthy as the opportunities that are in front of you, right? That adjustment you're gonna make on your job, that next level you're gonna climb to, going back to school, whatever it is, man. Stepping into your marriage greater, stepping into fatherhood greater, is gonna cause you to go forward. Every time you shrink back, man, you're gonna miss what's right there in front of you. Every time you overthink, you're gonna miss what's right there in front of you. Will it come back? Yeah. But why keep on waiting for things to come around again? Why? When you can step into it and not waste years. You've been wasting too many years, bro. No more. No more. You didn't watch this video by accident, bro. It's for you, and it's for you right now. See, the impact of your leadership is going to require you to stop hiding. David also did it in the scriptures. When it was time for him to become king, what did he do? He found a whole bunch of bags he could hide behind. Right? See, you're never ready. You're never ready, bro. You're never ready. The readiness, being ready is a myth. Being ready is a myth. See, you grow into who you're becoming. You grow into it, right? You grow into the action. You don't have it all together before it. That's not how this thing works. So sometimes you got to commit first, then you figure it out as you go, right? In my public speaking, man, I tell a lot of people, sometimes you got to jump out the window and build your wings on the way down. That's just what it is. See, and then have faith, man. Have faith in God, but also have faith in yourself. You got to have faith in yourself to stop rejecting you. Overcome this self-rejection that got you messed up. You can be married. You can love that woman. You can be a confident father. You can climb to the highest heights of that business. Hell, you can step out and build your own thing, right? You got to know that, and you got to do that. Trust that you've been equipped. And you're learning more about the equipment as you open it. See, we all are full with gifts, but you got to open the boxes that's within you. That's how this thing works. You open the boxes that are within you. So move forward, bro. Even if you don't have all the answers, because I'm telling you, no matter who's out here on the internet or on TV telling you they got the answers, they all lying, bro. They all lying. The answers come as you go, as you go. So this is the challenge. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Stop waiting for permission. Do the thing you've been avoiding. We all know what we've been avoiding, whether it's giving somebody an apology. It could be that. Sometimes it's not about starting a Fortune 500 business. Sometimes the thing that you've been not doing is giving an apology, right? Or receiving one. Sometimes it's a small thing of calling somebody and say, look, I love you. I'm sorry. I want to rebuild this, or whatever it is. Forgiving your father. Reconnecting with your kids. What is it that you've been avoiding? Take the next step, however small, toward what you really want to be doing and should be as a man. This is my action. This is my action plan for you. Identify one area where you've been really rejecting yourself and take immediate action. Apply for that job. Start that project. Have that conversation. Start your podcast. It's a whole lot of stuff. Rebuild your spirituality. Get your body together. You got to start, bro. You got to start. Hey, man, leave it in the comments, because I would like to mentor, help you out. Leave it in the comments, that thing you've been rejecting that you got to get back on. Also, go to christianwinners.com. I offer counseling and coaching for men only, directly for men on my website, christianwinners.com. Man, you can go get on my calendar right now. Hey, man, I love you. Make sure that you love you. I care about you. You got to make sure you care about you. Walk this life out with no fear, no shame, and no compromise. Look, we end every podcast the same. If it's your first time, jump right into it. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. All we got is right now. What we going to do with it, what we going to do about it. Man, hit that like button, become part of the Dear Brother podcast community. Hit that subscribe. It's free of charge. This is where grown men keep growing. And again, you need coaching, go to my website, christianwinners.com. Sign up today, bro. I'm here for you. No judgment, freedom. You hear my story. I've been through hell and back. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's about going forward. Hey, man, I'll see y'all soon. Until the next time. Peace.